Hi everyone, it's Emmeline here, and I'm back with another Cornwall Wildlife Trust nature trail, and this time I'm all the way back at Cabilla and Redrice Woods Nature Reserve. Now this was actually the first nature reserve I came to for the first ever Cornwall Wildlife Trust nature trail years ago, so it's wonderful to be back here, and yeah, just excited to see what I'm going to find. It is bluebell season, so that's largely what I'm going to be looking at today. I can't wait to see all the bluebells, and I've got some cool facts to tell you all about that wonderful plant. And as I'm walking up into the reserve, I wanted to talk to you about temperate rainforests. Now, Cabilla and Redrice Woods is one of the wonderful temperate rainforests that we have in Cornwall. And don't you just find that amazing? When you think of rainforest, you think not the UK, but we have quite a few in the UK, even though rainforests only cover 1% of the Earth's surface. So it's really special to have this wonderful habitat here. And we have them here, well, on the west side of the UK, because it's areas of higher oceanity. You know, Cornwall is the sea is everywhere. It's one of the many reasons people come to this place and people live here, because it's by the beautiful ocean and it's one of the wonders of Cornwall. But that also affects whether we have temperate rainforests or not, because we have a temperate climate here. You know, we get a lot of rain. So we end up with the perfect conditions for temperate rainforests. And, you know, distinguishing features of that are lots of lichens, lots of mosses, areas where lots of moss grows on the tree. You know, when you're walking through the woods, you can see all the moss going up the trees in Cabilla and Redrice Woods and other areas of temperate rainforests in Cornwall. And lots of ferns, you know, like the polypody fern growing on the tree, an epiphyte, a plant that grows on plants. So it just gives that rainforest vibe. While I'm talking about this, I wanted to talk about the appeal that Cornwall Wildlife Trust have just recently launched, the Temperate Rainforest Appeal. And you can head over to their website to check this out. This is vital, so please donate if you can. There is this wonderful reserve that Cornwall Wildlife Trust, Munchlanik, I think it's pronounced, I'll put the name here. This reserve was donated to them 20 years ago in a will. What a wonderful legacy to leave. And this reserve is a perfect area of temperate rainforests, and Cornwall Wildlife Trust's aim is to connect the area around this reserve even more and plant more trees and spread more diversity and just increase this temperate rainforest habitat, which is vital for, as I was saying, so many plants, lichens, mosses, birds and many species. And also, if the UK wants to reach its zero emission estimate, then it's estimated that we need to go from 13% woodland cover to 17% woodland cover by 2050. So this reserve and this temperate rainforest appeal is one of the ways that's hopefully going to help towards that. So head over to the Cornwall Wildlife Trust website and please donate if you can. And that's that. We're going to go and actually look deeper into this reserve now. So that was so exciting. That was a speckled yellow moth. It's a day flying moth, and it's the first time I've ever seen one, so just fills me with joy. It was on the bluebell, and it looked like it was trying to reach the bluebell pollen, the sticky white bluebell pollen. And talking about bluebells, yeah, let's talk more about bluebells. So bluebells, they are amazing plants. And there's some really cool folklore associated with this flower. A lot of mischievous fairy folklore, in fact. It is said that if you hear a bluebell ring, you will be wandering the woods lost and be led astray by the mischievous fairies. And if you pick one, you'll be visited by a bad fairy. And, you know, you shouldn't pick them anyway. They are protected under the Wildlife and Countryside Act. And they're quite vulnerable flowers. They don't take well to trampling. No plant does. But bluebells in particular find it hard to spring back up. So yeah, don't pick them. They are vitally important for our woodlands and for pollination, of course. In the Elizabethan period, the bulbs of bluebells were actually crushed to make starch for the ruffs of collars and sleeves on their fancy outfits back then. And there's actually some ongoing research to see how bluebells can stop cancer, which I think is really interesting. The plant itself is toxic, so there's been little uses in herbal medicines for it. And there's also another really cool fact about this flower. In the roots, they have a sticky, glue-like gum. And in the medieval times, this was used to bind books. How cool is that? And it was also used to stick feathers onto arrows and things like that, like the ends of arrows, you know? But it's not all doom and gloom and mischievous fairy facts. In the Victorian love language of flowers, which I just think needs to be brought back everywhere again, bluebells actually represent eternal love and other things, but eternal love was one of the meanings for this plant. In the Victorian times, basically people used to, if you don't know, people used to give each other different flowers, and depending on what flower they would give you would mean a certain thing. Another really amazing thing about this reserve is that it has many ancient oaks, and I'm talking more than 400-year-old oaks. How cool is that? Oh, oak trees are, well, all trees are important, all life is important, but oak trees, they are so biodiverse. They provide habitat for so many different, hundreds of insects, birds, deers and squirrels feed off the acorns, jays like to gather the acorns, eat the acorns, bury the acorns, which creates more trees. Now here is a moss typical of a temperate rainforest area. This is Tamarisk Moss. One of my favourites because I think it just looks like a little fern. Like, how cute is that? Just likes growing in like large clumps over walls and trees. And I just think it looks so pretty, like a little hobbit area. It's just so pretty here. There's a stream right down here, running through the reserve, through the woodland, and I've heard that otters can actually be found here as well. There's some yellow pimpernel on the floor here. Beautiful yellow flower, the woodland variation of the scarlet pimpernel, and oh, they're just so pretty. They're like little stars all scattered on the woodland floor. Pimpernels are really, really beautiful little flowers. The scarlet pimpernel is actually nicknamed the shepherd's weather glass because it closes up when there's about to be a storm. But the little yellow pimpernels love damper, more shady woodland areas, hence why this is a perfect condition for this little flower. There was a roe deer in the distance, like really in the distance. My camera wouldn't zoom in far enough, but now I'm just trying to see if I can. It looked like a roe deer. And I know that there are roe deer at this reserve, and sometimes red deer. How cool is that? I didn't manage to catch another glimpse, but that was still so cool. I was just going to look at some ferns, and then I just spotted some meadowsweet. I wasn't expecting to see that today. A wonderful plant, traditionally used a lot in herbal medicine a long time ago. It's got these lovely kind of reddy brown stems that are really characteristic of this plant, and big leaves, and then kind of like little leaflets down the stem, and then another big leaf, and then another little one, which is another way to identify it. It has a wonderful sweet smelling smell, hence the name. The flowers, they're actually beautiful bright white flowers when they are out in bloom, and they smell of almonds, like literally smell exactly like almonds, which is just, yeah, It's a wonderful scent if you're on a lovely kind of summer walk. It's actually also got anti-pain relief properties in it, so it was used as a pain relief a long time ago as well. Oh, such a cool find. Anyway, that's it for this nature trail. I hope you enjoyed it, and yes, please head over to the Cornwall Wildlife Trust website and donate to the Temperate Rainforest Appeal. Vital habitats that need to be protected and increased. So yeah, but as usual, stay safe on your wild nature walks, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!